crypto is over. And the beginning of innovation in America for crypto has just begun.
A new era is upon us, ladies and gentlemen, and that era is one in which crypto plays a front and central role. And ladies and gentlemen, we're here to discuss XRP and its revolutionary properties, what that means for you guys as investors and what that means for the future. Obviously, on Friday, we had the crypto ball, and we're seeing a hell of a lot of photos coming out from that. Of course, pre the crypto ball, we got this from Brad Garlinghouse. Great dinner last night with the real Donald Trump and Stuart Aldaltry, who of course is the chief legal officer over at Ripple. I'm not going to bring up the bearable guy 123 here, but he did tweet something, a cryptic picture that does have some links perhaps to this one. And has he been right all the time? Potentially. That's for another interesting video. But we know that Brad Garlinghouse is very much in the White House. We know that Trump has plans to essentially make America the home of crypto. Ultimately, they're going to leverage XRP to do that. And they're going to ultimately, I believe, end up buying XRP, perhaps directly through strategic reserves, which was alluded to by a New York Post leak, or potentially through facilitating ETFs, which we know is coming, essentially gaining a lion's share of XRP through institutions, just like we've seen take place with Bitcoin. The idea of a Bitcoin strategic reserve did seem far-fetched. The idea of an XRP one right now seems far-fetched, but I do actually think it could become a reality, certainly if this technology is going to be as impactful as we believe it to be. You can also see there's a picture here we were very excited about, obviously as big fans of HBAR. This is Brad and Hedera's founder, or one of Hedera's founders, a co-founder, Mance Herman. We also have Brad and Chainlink. Now, the interesting thing with this one, probably more so, is lots of people put Chainlink and Brad against one another, or Chainlink and XRP against one another. Chainlink is actually going to be a bridge for the traditional financial world, and they're already doing this, working with Swift and 11,000 banks and some of the largest banks in the world. Chainlink is actually going to onboard trillions into the crypto space, and a lot of that, certainly for the use case that XRP is designed to do, will be routed to XRP's ledger. So this is big news. We had David O'Sacks there talking about a new kind of era, a breaking down of those regulatory challenges and ushering in something broader. And we've done lots of videos where we spoke about just how impactful XRP truly is. Got lots of people coming on the show that are familiar with the matters to ultimately come and do interviews with us to help you guys stay up to date with everything going on. And it's very interesting. This is from CoinGecko. Top made in the US coins by market cap. And there's all these rumors circulating about, there's a rumor that came out of the ball in regards to no capital gains for American cryptos. We'll see. We're still holding our breath on that. Of course, it is Trump's inauguration day today. And in the coming weeks, likely going to see announcements start to happen. And I think price actually right now for XRP is front running it. So I do want to discuss price, because really what I want to emphasize is the big macro pattern that we have here that we've been, of course, looking at. You guys that are regular subscribers to the channel would have caught this move along with my entire community and myself. But ultimately, the interesting thing here is the fact that this move is more significant than people realize. XRP has been in a massive wedge-like pattern since 2018, 2017. And over the past couple of months, it's broken out of that, and that's setting it on a broader trajectory. We have that $19.27 XRP price. We also have a potential bull pennant that takes it to $11 in the short term. And if we take this off log, you can see just the scope of what we are expecting to happen with XRP's price. We always use log because it quietens things down. But the significance of what you're doing today, ladies and gentlemen, can't be understated, because this is setting a broader trajectory for XRP. We will look at it in the short term. Our first price target has been hit. Then we've got one at $4.30, then $11, and then we've got the big pattern target at $19. Before we do that and we really dive into price in more detail, what I want to do is just play an older clip that really talks about why XRP is so fundamentally important. So let's dive over to that clip.
Because it requires capital to get it there. Our view in the future is you don't have to have this pre-funding, and instead you can use a digital asset to have global liquidity on demand. Now, we build upon a tech stack, an open source technology called XRP. XRP originally it was built by some engineers who had seen some of the flaws of Bitcoin and the challenges of scalability around Bitcoin, where Bitcoin today, per transaction basis, it's rather slow and rather expensive. XRP is very, very fast, about 1,000 times faster per transaction and 1,000 times cheaper per transaction. The other dynamic, of course, of correspondent banking is some of the more quote-unquote exotic currencies, exotic corridors have been left to kind of stand on their own. And the liquidity in digital assets could be applied to actually make that much more democratized and a level playing field. Ripple's vision from the beginning really has been to apply these technologies in the same way that TCP/IP and HTTP are the technologies underpinning the Internet of Information. These blockchain technologies will be the underpinnings of an Internet of Value, where we have connected devices, we have connected information that will allow payments to flow. And as Norman was describing, if you're a large corporation moving $100 million, that's one thing. If you're a freelancer working in the Philippines doing design work for a company in London and you want to get paid $30 or 30 pesos, Philippine pesos, that's not a transaction that can easily be enabled. And in fact, for the companies that enable that, they require the freelancer to set up an account and they don't actually pay it out until there's roughly 1,000 USD sitting in that account, and then they would pay it out.
I still think, even though people are getting a little bit more optimistic, this still seems far-fetched, but XRP is going to be a standard part of the Internet of Value. Right now, we're communicating on the Internet of Information, where we can send messages around the world pretty much instantly on various platforms. XRP is doing that for value itself, and in doing so, fundamentally revolutionizes the entire financial system in more way than one. Now, we've spoken also about this added element of the fragility of the financial system, obviously on the back end of debt, and how actually XRP could be used to solve that with a strategic reserve, potentially. There's lots of things that need to be worked out there. But actually become a buyer and democratize the bond market through stablecoin issuance and ultimately the digitization of the dollar. Ladies and gentlemen, this technology is just unbelievably impactful. And what I want to do is dive over to the charts. We're going to talk about price action now. And I want to start off with a chart of Amazon. And this is Amazon post.com crash. Now, this pattern took roughly the same length of time for XRP to play out, but the significance and the comparables here are that Amazon fundamentally went on to revolutionize e-commerce and how we interact as human beings with purchasing. XRP, which has been in a similar pattern for a similar time, post-2017, is doing a similar thing with value. It is fundamentally revolutionizing value and solving issues that are trillion dollar problems. And then when we look at the chart, we have every bit of evidence we need to suggest that XRP is going to do sensationally. Of course, we've had this initial rally, and this initial rally, just like this initial rally back from or going into 2017, is really setting off a broader trajectory for XRP, in our opinion, to get to that $19 mark. Remember, it doesn't look significant on log, but it certainly does when you take it off log, just the kind of price movement that we've seen. XRP's at all-time highs. We did say you were going to get some resistance here. That was also part of a smaller pattern that we had. So we were looking at this, setting up for continuation for XRP. It broke, it retested, then it made a target that we had on here at $3.36. We told you all this pre, and now I think it's going to continue to march forward, fulfill these pennants, certainly this big pennant, after its kind of initiatory big move. So the significance of what we're looking at here is a fundamentally revolutionary technology to the world and how human beings interact with it, similar to Amazon, that went obviously post it breaking out of this pattern, and obviously the 2008 financial crisis, went on to become one of the largest stocks in the world. I mean, look at the run Amazon went on after it ultimately 2000s. XRP is about to embark on a similar run, ladies and gentlemen. Just because we have $19.27 doesn't mean it can't go much higher. In fact, right now, I have a price target for XLM that takes it similar to where XRP is likely going to go. So it's around about the $19 mark. It's a little bit less. But I actually think XRP, if it's truly about to become what I believe it is, which is a staple player, Brad compared it to protocols with the internet that enable that Internet of Information. XRP is going to be that for value. And when you understand that, the sky truly is the limit. Not to mention the kind of bootstrapping that we're going to see from the United States And actually, XRP is probably the favorited American crypto to actually enable this digital transformation. In doing that, it's going to solve problems with the financial system, the dollar, etc., 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 etc. Guys, I'm here to tell you, your journey as an XRP holder has only just started. This move that we've seen, many people getting a little bit worried, saying, should I take profits, whatever, do whatever you want. Me personally, I'm holding for around $19, and then I'm holding above and beyond that because I truly believe XRP is going to that $19 and potentially higher, but we'll need to see what technically sets up when we get there. Remember, you are at all-time highs, a little bit of resistance acting exactly as that. Won't be long before you push through it. Trump's inauguration today. In the coming weeks, you're about to see some pretty insane things come out as it relates to the cryptocurrency space. Certainly XRP isn't going to miss out on any of that. That is it from me, guys. I hope you're as excited as I am. I'm going to love and leave you on that note, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you soon.